Welcome into our next leg in our race around the world here at the Pit Stop Pals, part of the Reality Realm Network. My name is Kevin Oliver,
My name is Bruce Heller.
and we are here to talk about Season 1, Episode 7 of The Amazing Race, titled Triumph and Loss. Bruce, do you have
Editing
any?
getting better.
What?
The editing keeps getting better. It's not terrible anymore.
Yeah, not terrible, not terrible.
They figured it out.
Bruce, do you have any quotes from this episode?
No, I kind of forgot, but also this season just hasn't been super quotey. Well, some episodes have been and other episodes have not been.
Yeah, for sure. I
Nothing
have a couple here.
nice.
The first one,
I'll
is a
try to have a
run-on.
bunch next week.
What?
I'll try to have a bunch for our episode next week.
Me too. Um, let's see. Okay, so we have Kevin saying, I don't want to go there and sit with Bert and Ernie.
Oh, Kevin. Not you, him.
And I got Drew that said, you have a radio? Do you have Howard Stern on this thing? As he was getting in the glider.
It's Even when we barely have quotes, those two always make it on the list. I love them.
Yes. And then we have Frank when they get to India saying, smells like weed.
Yeah,
All right, so getting into this episode, we are still mad at the Guidos.
understandable.
Yeah, after they pushed Nancy, I would be too.
Yeah. I
But this,
I
what?
do love that we start with Phil explaining how the waiting period works because we haven't seen it yet. And but this isn't, other than everyone being mad at them, this isn't an abnormal scene. Everyone hanging out at one table and then the Guidos off doing their own thing. We've seen this multiple times this season. We just have the extra element of everyone hates them now too.
Hmm. What do you
Aside
mean
from,
that? What do you mean we Phil explaining because we haven't seen it yet?
I don't know. Well, maybe we have.
Phil's
I don't know. He explained the waiting period though.
he does that every episode.
Oh. Well, normally he's explaining, we're not like we're watching them start. We're not like actively watching them wait.
Fair enough. Yeah, he always leads in by going like
That's
whoever it is, like
we've
Frank and
made fun of
Margarita.
him for always explaining the 12-hour waiting period, haven't we?
What?
I've realized we have. I'm pretty sure we've laughed before about him always explaining how the 12 hours works.
Yes, but also it's there's addition this time because we also get so you get we get Frank and Margarita arrived at the pit stop at 8:08 p.m. So they get to start 12 hours later at 8:08 a.m. And then he goes, the teams will look at a series of clues that tell them how or where to go to the next place without actually telling them where they're going. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
And he does that every single time to start.
it's fantastic.
And he tells us every single time to start that there's a fast forward on every leg.
But normally, as he's saying that, we're like watching them read the clues and starting. This time, we're like watching them at whatever hotel they're waiting at,
Hmm.
which is new.
Hmm.
So fun.
Anyway, to start this leg, we start with a detour
Right
of
into
glide
it.
or what?
Right into the detour, right off the
Yeah,
bat.
glide or ride. Do you want to explain glide or ride?
Yeah. So you're both of these were traveling to the town of Ferrara, and in Glide, one team member rode in this glider thing with a professional glider pilot, while the other person rode in the towing plane. And once they're done, they receive a taxi ride to the railway station in Ferrara, where they get their next clue.
Bruce, what's a glider plane?
It's a plane that glides. I don't have a great explanation for it, but you can either ride in a plane or you can travel on a bicycle 5 miles to that same railway station following a street map to get your next clue. And I feel like the plane is the easy choice here.
Roughly 5 miles.
Eh,
It's 8 kilometers.
I feel like the plane is the easy choice because you're riding in the plane. The other one you actually have to pedal the bike for a long time and you have to simultaneously work a map. The plane is so much easier.
Depends on where we are. As in, if we got there, if we were at the back of the pack, I'm not waiting on Robin Brennan and Kevin and Drew to both do the glider.
True. That's fair.
Um, anyway, for the sake of the glider thing, a little bit better of an explanation than a plane that glides. So what happened was there was a real plane that had a string attached to it that was also attached to the glider, which is in the shape of a plane, but without like a motor or anything like that. You sit in it, it takes you up in the air, then the string releases, and then like you're just at the sake of, you know,
Yeah.
however, however like wind velocity and like just coasting through the air works. A plane that glides just didn't feel very specific.
It did not, but it's also still accurate. So simple. I keep it simple for the people.
Sometimes simple can be confusing.
But I do love that our detours are either hey, ride a bike for 5 miles and read a map that's probably in a foreign language while you're doing that, or take a ride in a plane where you just have to ride.
Mhm.
These are not evenly matched, other than like you mentioned the waiting aspect. But
Which is what made them matched.
it's just the in theory, just hearing the descriptions, it's funny comparing them.
Right? Because think about it though. Kevin and Drew were in last place after this.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody on a bike got there before Kevin and Drew were able to get there in a taxi because they had to wait for Rob and Brennan.
Yeah,
There's only one glider plane.
true.
It is evenly matched.
No, it is. It just doesn't sound like it on the surface.
Mhm. All right, so Robin Brennan and Kevin and Drew did the glider. The ride was Guido's and Lenny and Karen and Nancy and Emily. Frank and Margarita, they're choosing to go to the fast forward boat in the moat, hidden in at a castle in Ferrara. The only clue is a picture of the castle, and you have to search through the holes in the outside of the castle walls that you have to row a boat around in the moat to find the clue to get to the pit stop.
Yes. Cool challenge. I enjoyed that.
Hmm. We also start this like with Nancy thinking that they're gonna go home. I think she's checked out at this point.
Ever the optimist, Nancy is.
I think she's just checked out.
Yeah.
We heard that from her last time, where she was like, I just don't know how much more of this I can do.
It's funny because you've got her doing that, and then you've got Emily like, hey, we've already shocked people. Let's just keep shocking them.
Yeah, very
Their
different
confidences
takes
are
on the same
going in
situation.
such opposite directions.
Very different takes on the same situation.
Yeah, because Emily's like gaining confidence as they're going. Like, hey, let's keep doing this. And Nancy's like, I'm done. We're dead. We're going home.
Yeah, dead in the water. Um, which Frank and Margarita are not, because they did get their fast forward in the water.
We did.
Um, they're going to proceed to Agra, India, where um, the pit stop is.
And at this point, I'm excited to see India. And you and I have talked about this before. A lot of the countries we see like these super like cool areas or like probably the rich areas of the country. India, I feel like, is going to be like when we went to the Philippines and we kind of saw more of like the common areas or the streets or the kind of more dirty, slummy areas, you know?
For sure.
Which we don't see that very often. I like when we see something other than like the super cool, super clean touristy stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to go to India.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's like when it's at its best is when we're being like real and
Yeah,
like this is actually happening. I will say that that is um inherently more dangerous.
it is.
So I think that's why we don't see it near as often.
But like when we did our first rewatch with 25, the Manila, Philippines episode was incredible.
I agree, and that made my list of top 5 places we've been because
Yeah.
of that.
So in India. We can do both with India. We can do the like kind of dirtier, grimier, like more real areas, but they've got some really cool touristy stuff too. Like they can do both.
Right, and like I even think of like in the modern day era of this game, we see a lot of like the techie side of India
Yeah,
is what we do when we do India now.
but I got excited when he said the pit stop was India. For this season's weird because we spend half the episode in one country and half the episode in the other usually.
Hmm.
But I'm hope the second half of this episode, and I'm assuming first half of next week. I'm excited for what we're gonna see. But we're
Oh,
not there
absolutely.
yet. We're still in Italy or wherever we are. Yeah, Italy.
Correct. Um, for the record, when it came to the glider people, the people that rode in the glider versus the plane was that Brennan was in the glider, Rob was in the plane,
Ooh.
and Drew was in the glider, Kevin was in the plane. Anyway, for those of us who finish our task, glide or ride, and are ready to move on, we are told that we are to proceed to Red Fort Market in Delhi, India. But what we find out is that they're nowhere near an international airport.
Nope.
They're going to have to go somewhere else to get to an international airport. And so half of them decide or three of them decide they're going to go to Milan. The other two decide they're going to go to Rome. The reasoning for Rome is because um, it's a bigger airport, so they think it'll be easier to get a flight that they need.
Yeah.
But then Kevin and Drew decide they're going to get on the phone with the people in Milan and see what kind of connection they can get. And they are working with Lenny and Karen and Nancy and Emily to keep this train held up in time that they can get on it to get to Milan because Kevin is on the phone with the airport people securing these tickets and almost misses the train.
Yeah.
That was sketchy. And Nancy stays back with him. But they all get on the plane. All three of these teams get on the plane or on the train to Milan. And before we see anything else happen, we see Frank and Margarita finish the leg as team number one.
We do. Good for them.
Um, and then we see everybody get to Milan or Rome and get on their planes, and we find out that they are literally taking flights that are going to connect into the same flight.
I love that.
So three teams took a flight from Milan to Copenhagen. The other two teams took a flight from Rome to Copenhagen, and now all five of them are taking a flight from Copenhagen to New Delhi.
I love that.
And so it's basically an equalizer. Everybody's leaving or getting to New Delhi at the same time, leaving that airport to do whatever they're doing next. And on their cab ride to whatever they're doing next, two of the teams, Lenny and Karen and Robin Brennan, both get stopped to pay some kind of weird fee. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, India has toll roads apparently.
I guess. But it's not like everybody has to pay them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about this, or maybe they just got had, and some random citizen is like, "Hey, I'm gonna charge these foreigners a fake tax and see if they'll pay me."
And it worked.
It did, assuming that's what happened.
Yeah. Regardless, they had to pay money that nobody else had to. I don't know why.
Poor them.
And when they get to this place, it's roadblock time.
It is, and the way
Person with a
our
good sense of direction. Do you want to tell us what the roadblock was?
yeah, we have to hire this bicycle rickshaw driver to take us to a specific shopkeeper in Shandi Chowk Market who's going to show them a replica of the Taj Mahal along with their next clue. And like I said, India can do both. Like my mind went to the like grimy areas, but the Taj Mahal is super cool and like super touristy, clean. Like so that's where our pit stop is. Is this hotel by the Taj Mahal, the Taj Kema Hotel in
Mm.
Agra. Like the Taj Mahal is so cool.
And the thing that like it doesn't sound that hard to do this roadblock, but the thing about this is they even have the exact address of the shopkeeper, but um this whole market area is so congested and so crazy that finding an in address at this place is almost impossible.
Yeah, it's insane.
So the people who did this were Brennan, Joe, Kevin, Nancy, and Karen.
There's a lot of people in India. Everywhere we go, it's super crowded.
Hmm. And like you said, they find a replica of the Taj Mahal that's shown to them by the shopkeeper. Um, and they have to use that to figure out where their pit stop is over 100 miles away. And I just realized at this point in the race, there's no penalty for the non-elim.
Well, I guess not.
There's a big jump between season one of no penalty for the non-elim and season seven where we take your bags and you get no money.
Season one is just kind of its own weird little thing. There's a couple things that, like, I think we only see in season one.
Hmm. I mean, that's like every show though, right? So like,
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do this because it's a fun cast and it's just this quirky, fun little season that's not like any other season of the show that we've watched.
mhm.
It's been
But
fun.
like for instance, like I've been wanting to rewatch Big Brother for a really long time. I have not done it, and the thing that's holding me back is season one is so far removed from every other season. It's like twice as many episodes, and it's a weird version, and
So
it's
just
so
start
much
with
different.
season two and watch forward from there.
I've thought about it, but then I feel bad for missing season one.
Oh, well, that's a nice little problem you have there.
Hmm. Yeah. But just like whatever show it is, the first season
Yeah,
is different.
yeah, for sure.
Um,
Scripted shows also.
it's
Not as much, but it's still there. Like, they're still finding themselves in the first season.
They are, but everything follows. I mean, like with a scripted show, you're establishing things that can't change.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like if somebody dies in season one of a scripted show,
yeah.
they're dead.
If someone dies in season one of a non scripted show, they come back to life. Is
No,
the next sentence.
no.
Aww. I thought
But
we stumbled onto something there.
if there's a twist in season one, it can die for 85 years and they can bring it back.
True.
or they, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more liberty and finance and creativity that can come with a reality show and how they structure it. You have to hold to things that have happened in the past on a scripted show.
Yeah. They're not always great with continuity. Sometimes they kind of retcon themselves, but they you are limited, definitely.
Right. Anyway, back to what we were talking about.
Oh yeah. That.
Nancy's having a meltdown here. Emily's frustrated. It's rough to watch. Emily's getting mad. Nancy's saying, "Don't talk like that. Don't talk to people like that." It's just not great. But once people find out where the pit stop is and where they're supposed to go, these taxi drivers don't know what the hell they're doing.
They don't.
Like Lenny and Karen literally were getting in a fight with their taxi drivers because their taxi driver wanted to charge them 800 whatever you pay people in Indian money. Um, and Karen was like, "No, you lied to us. We're not paying you more than 500."
Yeah. It's
Also, I want to touch on something real quick. They showed this and it was like kind of like a quick moment, but it kind of was something that I I'm glad they showed it, but it bothered me.
okay.
There's a sign in India on one of these roads that literally says, "Are you near a bomb?" And then it explains what you're supposed to do.
I wow, that I missed them showing that.
That is so sad that that is a big enough issue that
That it's on a billboard.
that it's on a sign. It
Yeah.
wasn't a billboard. It was like a informational sign or
Oh.
you know, like a sign on a wall that says
Okay.
like
That makes more sense.
that says like, you know, here's how long to wash your hands or here's how like the germs like not just like this little thing, but like a full-size one that you might see in a school that tells us about germs. Like that's what we are concerned about and what we see normally. Here, are you near a bomb? And this is what you do.
That's insane.
That's sad.
It is. What do you do though?
I don't know. They didn't hold it on long enough.
Fair.
Yeah. Anyway, that was just my sad soapbox type thing. And I think that kind of speaks to the slumminess of the area that you were talking about and like
Yeah.
seeing the not touristy part.
True.
Anyway, the Guidos come in as team number two here. Rob and Brennan come in as team number three. Kevin and Drew is team number four. Nancy and Emily is team number five. And they could not believe that they went in last place.
Yeah. They were surprised.
Yeah. And then we have Lenny and Karen, Bruce's favorite team on this season of the race.
I don't like.
Um,
Yeah. They
Come
go
in as
on.
team number six. They are eliminated. Karen gets very candid with us here. She's disappointed. She says that this is going to take a toll on them as a relationship. They're total opposites, and that they're not going to be able to make this work
Yeah. I.
because of Lenny's lack of effort.
I mean, yes, Lenny doesn't show any effort half the time, but she's not perfect either. I don't like the way she treats him about it.
Hmm.
Again, neither of them are super likable.
Right. And next time on, we have bad taxi drivers, sexism in an airport, and a Guido mistake.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts about this episode before we go into power rankings?
I do not. This was fun.
Yes, sir. All right, so who do you have in fifth?
I mean, it's got to be Nancy and Emily, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they were literally surprised that they didn't lose.
And Nancy has no confidence in their team. So,
That's fair, yeah. What about fourth? Because I also had Nancy in my fifth.
fourth is hard, but I think I'm going to go Rob and Brennan here. Like they finished third this time, but they've been kind of up and down. So, Kevin and Drew have also, but gut reaction, I'm going Robin Brennan here. The middle of this is hard because they're all similar to me.
Right. I did Kevin and Drew here. For me, um, they've been a little bit less consistent, and like I totally get the fact where they literally started this episode saying we're gonna go to the gliders because we don't want to have to get to the bike place and sit with the Guidos, and I
Yeah,
get that, but they wouldn't have finished in fourth probably if they would have rode the bike.
yeah,
So the simple fact of the matter is, sometimes it feels like they're playing with their heart, not their head,
yeah.
and that could be a reason for their downfall.
It could.
Who you got third?
Third is Kevin and Drew. Like you said, they've had some great finishes, but they've also had some not great finishes and just kind of not been great at decision making sometimes. So I they land here.
Yeah. I have Robin Brennan here. I can't put them ahead of either of the other two teams. I just couldn't.
Yeah,
What about two?
Frank and Margarita. They're good. They're unlike Lenny and them and Lenny and Karen kind of came into the season with, oh, we don't know if our relationship's gonna work or not for whatever reasons, and these two are their chemistry is getting better each week.
Hmm.
Like they're kind of proving that it can.
Yeah, so you want to speak on why you put Guido at one before I go into mine? So,
They're annoying, but they've been in the top few spots every week. They're the most consistent, unfortunately.
hmm. Okay, so I put Guido at two here. I think they are the better team and the best consistent team. But going into next week, Frank and Margarita have an 11-hour advantage. So
Huh.
at this point in the game, this is where I mean I had to put Frank and Margarita ahead of them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think they'll hold an 11-hour advantage, but uh that's where they currently are starting next leg. So
Yeah. Makes sense.
yeah. Do you have any other thoughts about this episode before we wrap up?
No, this was really fun.
It was. It was a good episode. Pretty straightforward. Unfortunately, my power rankings were literally just finishing order, but this leg itself did not leave much to be desired of with with podcasting about it, if I'm being completely honest.
No, you're right.
Um, with all of that being said, make sure that you check out our other Reality Realm coverage. Um, this is Pit Stop Pals. Tribal Council chat is currently rolling through their off season, 2 episodes a week, one to rewatch Vanuatu,
That's
one to
been
do their
fun.
fun random off season coverage that we have come to expect from them. New Generation Challenge podcast will be coming up in the coming weeks as we get closer and closer to Challenge 42 becoming on our screens. From what I hear, it's going to be on Paramount Plus this year, so I don't have to buy it on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Um, Roundtable Talk will be back sometime soon to do some fun off-season coverage, and this fall we'll be getting another season to cover. Um, BB Brains will be back soon as we have an air date for Big Brother 28 and lots of current buzz about a possible returnee player season. Make sure that you're checking out all of our socials. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever you do your thing. Make sure to check out our coverage. With all that being said, the world is waiting for you. Good luck.
Travel safe.
Go.
Go.